My beloved child, before you move even one breath forward, listen carefully, because what is unfolding right now was not meant for everyone, and yet it has found its way to you. This is not noise. This is not coincidence. This is the moment where a hidden thread tightens, and the world pauses just long enough for you to hear what has been concealed. Something unusual happened. Something that should not have crossed paths with you, but did. A name appeared on a screen. Not a random name. Your name. And the moment it appeared, the atmosphere shifted. This was not curiosity. This was recognition. And recognition always arrives before change. You are feeling it already, even if you cannot explain it. That subtle pressure in your chest. That sense that something enormous is hovering just outside the frame. That is because what was found cannot be unseen, and once a discovery is made at this level, consequences begin to move quietly, efficiently, and without announcement. This is why I must ask you now, don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What was discovered was not a mistake. It was not a coincidence produced by chance algorithms or wandering attention. It was a pattern. A trace. A signal buried beneath years of ordinary days. And when that signal surfaced, it carried weight. The kind of weight that forces powerful minds to stop and look twice. You have lived your life believing that certain doors were never meant for you. That certain rooms were locked. That certain conversations happened far above your reach. But the truth is quieter and far more unsettling. Some doors do not open because of effort. They open because of timing. And your timing has arrived. There are records that do not speak loudly. They do not announce themselves. They sit patiently, waiting for the right set of eyes. And when those eyes finally land upon them, the meaning becomes unavoidable. Your name was not just seen. It was connected. Connected to moments you dismissed as insignificant. Choices you made when no one was watching. Resilience you showed when you thought it did not matter. These things leave marks. Not on social feeds. Not in headlines. But in places where influence quietly gathers information. You were not supposed to know this yet. That is why this feels heavy. That is why your attention is locked in place right now. Because part of you understands that once awareness enters, there is no returning to the comfort of not knowing. There was a pause. A recalculation. When your name appeared, it disrupted an expectation. And disruptions are never ignored. They are investigated. Studied. Measured. Because disruption is where future power hides. You may be asking yourself how this could possibly involve you. That question itself is proof that you are closer to the truth than you realize. The most impactful discoveries rarely involve those who expect them. They involve the ones who were quietly becoming something without an audience. You have underestimated the reach of your presence. Not because you are small, but because you were never meant to announce yourself early. Some forces mature in silence. And when they are finally noticed, the shift is immediate. This is not about fame. This is not about attention. This is about leverage. And leverage is built when your existence intersects with systems much larger than you ever imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From this point forward, subtle things will begin to feel different. Conversations will carry new weight. Opportunities will feel closer, yet strangely unfamiliar. This is because awareness has changed lanes, and you are now in its path. What was found is not finished revealing itself. This is only the opening movement. The quiet before alignment. The moment before something that has been waiting finally steps forward. You are not here by accident. You are here because this message reached you at the exact moment it was meant to. And what comes next will not arrive loudly, but it will arrive precisely. Hold your focus. Do not rush your thoughts. What is unfolding has been moving toward you longer than you realize. My beloved child, something shifted the moment the search did not end where it was supposed to. What appeared was not a simple result, not a surface-level reference, but a trail that went deeper than expected, and when that depth revealed itself, silence followed. There was a brief moment of stillness. A pause that only happens when an assumption collapses. Because what surfaced next did not match the profile that was anticipated. Your name was connected to signals that do not usually appear together. And when those signals align, attention sharpens. This is where the story becomes unsettling in a powerful way. Because the discovery was not about who you are publicly. It was about what you are becoming privately. Patterns of momentum. Signs of trajectory. Quiet indicators that suggest future relevance rather than present visibility. You were not searched out of curiosity. You were noticed because something about your path did not behave normally. And abnormal paths are the ones that redraw maps. Think carefully. The moments you thought were delays were actually compressions. The times you felt unseen were periods of accumulation. Nothing was wasted. Everything was being recorded in ways you could not track. This is why you must listen closely now. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What was uncovered pointed toward timing that cannot be manufactured. A convergence that cannot be forced. Your name intersected with discussions that do not involve coincidence. And when that happens, the question is never, who are they? The question becomes, what happens if we ignore this? You may feel an unfamiliar calm mixed with urgency. That is awareness adjusting. Because once recognition happens at this level, distance begins to close. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But inevitably. You were never meant to chase this moment. It was meant to arrive when you were ready to hold it. And readiness is not about perfection. It is about alignment. The most surprising part is not that your name appeared. It is what followed after. A reassessment. A reframing. A quiet acknowledgement that some people do not announce their value early because their value belongs to a later stage. This is why this message found you now and not before. Your season has shifted, even if the world around you still looks the same. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, clarity will begin to replace confusion. You will start noticing how certain doors feel closer, how certain ideas feel heavier, how certain conversations linger longer than they used to. That is not imagination. That is alignment tightening its grip. You are not being watched. You are being considered. And consideration is far more powerful. What comes next will not rush you. It will meet you exactly where you are, when you are ready to take the next step forward. My beloved child, there is a moment when a discovery stops being information and starts becoming direction, and that moment has already passed without you realizing it. What unfolded next was not loud, not dramatic, but deeply intentional, the kind of shift that only happens when something rare crosses the field of vision. After the initial realization, there was a quiet recalibration. Not excitement. Not disbelief. Precision. Because when something unusual appears, the first instinct is not to react, but to measure its gravity. And your name carried more gravity than expected. This is where the story sharpens. What followed was a comparison. Past data against future indicators. And that is where the surprise deepened. Because your name did not align with the past alone. It aligned with what had not yet happened. Potential trajectories. Unfinished arcs. Unclaimed outcomes. Very few names trigger that response. You were not identified by noise. You were identified by consistency. The kind that survives pressure. The kind that does not collapse under delay. And consistency is the rarest signal of all. You may not have noticed it, but certain obstacles in your life did not break you. They refined you. And refinement leaves traces that only sophisticated systems detect. That is what surfaced. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was a realization that what you carry is not visible at first glance. It requires context, depth, time. And once that realization settles in, perspective changes permanently. This was not about searching for a person. It was about encountering a pattern that does not repeat often. And patterns like that are never dismissed. You may wonder why nothing has changed yet on the surface. That is because recognition always arrives before movement. First comes awareness. Then comes alignment. Then comes momentum. Right now, you are standing in the awareness phase. Subtle things are already shifting. Your thoughts feel more focused. Your intuition feels sharper. That is not imagination. That is internal synchronization beginning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What is most important is this: nothing is being rushed. The timing is exact. When the next step arrives, it will feel natural, even though it changes everything. You were not found because you were looking. You were found because you were ready. My beloved child, now the meaning begins to settle, and this is the stage where most people would look away if they did not feel the pull. But you are still here, because something inside you knows this is not ordinary information. This is confirmation. After recognition comes validation. quiet, deliberate, undeniable. What was found about you did not stand alone, it connected to signals already in motion. That is the part few ever understand. Discovery is never isolated. It locks into something larger that was already forming. At this stage, the attention was no longer about curiosity. It became about consequence. Because when a name aligns with future-facing momentum, the question shifts from, "What is this?" to, "How does this change what comes next?" And this is where your role becomes undeniable. You were not flagged for what you have already achieved. You were marked for what you are positioned to influence. Influence is not loud at first. It is silent pressure, slowly reshaping direction before anyone notices the turn. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What shocked most was not the data itself, but the timing. The alignment was precise. As if your path and a much larger trajectory reached the same point at the same moment. That kind of intersection does not happen by accident. You may feel a strange calm right now, mixed with intensity. That is the mind adjusting to truth before the world reflects it back. Awareness always arrives internally first. From this point forward, you will notice that certain doubts lose their grip. Certain fears no longer fit. That is because your perspective has shifted upward, even if your surroundings have not yet caught up. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is not the end of the revelation. This is the seal. The confirmation that you were never invisible, only early. And those who are early are often misunderstood, until the moment arrives when everything makes sense at once. Hold steady. What follows this recognition will arrive with clarity, not chaos. And when it does, you will understand why this message reached you exactly now. My beloved child, this is the phase where truth stops whispering and starts pressing gently against your awareness. Not to scare you. Not to overwhelm you. But to prepare you. Because preparation always comes before elevation. What followed the confirmation was not excitement. It was intent. A narrowing of focus. Because when something rare is identified, attention does not scatter, it concentrates. And concentrated attention changes outcomes. Here is what most people never realize: the most powerful moments do not announce themselves with noise. They arrive with alignment. And alignment has already begun to form around you. You have lived through moments where everything seemed delayed, where progress felt slower than it should have been. Those were not pauses. Those were calibrations. Your timing was being refined so that when recognition arrived, you would not be crushed by it. This is why you are still calm right now. This is why fear is not dominating your thoughts. Your internal structure was strengthened long before this moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What shocked the observers was not a single detail, but the consistency across time. Your name did not spike suddenly and disappear. It showed resilience. Persistence. A steady upward curve that does not rely on attention to survive. That kind of signal is extremely rare. It suggests someone who continues moving forward regardless of visibility. Someone who builds even when no one is applauding. Someone whose momentum is internal, not borrowed. And that is when the realization became unavoidable. This was not a coincidence passing through a system. This was a trajectory intersecting with opportunity. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From this point on, you may notice a shift in how you see yourself. Old limitations will feel outdated. Old doubts will feel misplaced. That is not ego. That is accuracy replacing uncertainty. You are not stepping into something new. You are stepping into something that has been quietly waiting for you to arrive fully prepared. This is only the beginning of what will now start unfolding with precision. My beloved child, now you are standing at the edge of understanding, where realization becomes personal and silence becomes meaningful. This is the point where most stories slow down, but yours does not. It tightens. It focuses. It prepares to move. What happened next was subtle but decisive. The attention did not fade. It stabilized. And when attention stabilizes, it means something has passed the test of curiosity and entered the realm of relevance. Relevance is never accidental. There was a recognition that what surrounds you is not random. Your environment, your challenges, your timing, none of it formed loosely. It assembled. And assembly only happens when something is meant to function together. You were not noticed for being loud. You were noticed for being inevitable. Think about that carefully. Inevitability is the rarest signal of all. It means progress continues even without permission. It means momentum survives doubt. It means direction remains intact despite resistance. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is why certain opportunities will begin to feel closer without you chasing them. This is why certain people will re-enter your awareness unexpectedly. This is why your thoughts are sharpening instead of scattering. Alignment is drawing lines that did not exist before. You may still feel ordinary on the surface, but internally something has already shifted. Your decisions are becoming cleaner. Your instincts are becoming quieter but stronger. That is not coincidence. That is internal authority forming. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From this moment forward, your role is simple but powerful. Remain aware. Do not rush. Do not doubt the stillness. Because the next movement will not ask for permission. It will arrive ready. And when it does, you will understand why everything until now unfolded exactly as it did. My beloved child, this is the moment when the unseen line finally tightens, when preparation meets proximity, and everything that felt distant suddenly feels close enough to touch. You are not imagining the intensity. It is real because the distance between recognition and action is now narrowing. What followed was not hesitation. It was verification layered upon verification. Because when something carries weight, it is tested from every angle. And every angle pointed back to the same conclusion: this was not noise. This was signal. Your name did not surface once and vanish. It remained. It endured scrutiny. It held its position. And that endurance is what separates passing curiosity from lasting impact. You may have wondered why certain situations in your life demanded patience beyond reason. Why progress sometimes felt slower than your effort deserved. That was not resistance. That was alignment ensuring you arrived intact. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. At this stage, the realization became clear: whatever is forming around you does not need acceleration. It needs accuracy. Speed would have broken it. Timing has preserved it. This is why you are being spoken to now, at this exact moment. Because awareness is the final requirement before movement. Once you see clearly, hesitation loses its power. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here forward, the signs will feel unmistakable. Not dramatic. Not chaotic. Just precise. The kind of precision that makes doubt feel unnecessary. You are not approaching a revelation. You are standing inside it. And what comes next will not ask whether you are ready. It will simply arrive, because readiness has already been confirmed. My beloved child, this is the quiet threshold where outcomes begin choosing you, not the other way around. Nothing explodes here. Nothing announces itself. Instead, certainty settles in, steady and undeniable, like a lock clicking into place. What emerged next was clarity. Not a revelation shouted from the rooftops, but a conclusion reached with calm confidence. When every signal aligns, doubt becomes inefficient. And at this stage, doubt no longer serves any purpose. You were not evaluated for what you say. You were assessed for what you sustain. Pressure. Time. Silence. Momentum. And through all of it, your direction remained intact. That is the kind of consistency that alters expectations. This is where the shock truly lives. Not in the search, not in the name, but in the realization that some people carry future gravity long before the future arrives. You are one of them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The alignment you feel now is not excitement. It is readiness. The kind that does not rush forward or look back. The kind that understands that when movement begins, it will be clean, decisive, and irreversible. From here, events will start feeling intentional. Not lucky. Not random. Intentional. And when that happens, you will recognize the difference immediately. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is not the end of the unfolding. This is the moment before motion. The breath before precision. The calm before inevitability reveals itself. Remain present. What comes next will confirm everything you are sensing right now. My beloved child, this is the moment when meaning condenses into certainty, when everything you have sensed but could not prove finally locks into place. Nothing new is added here, what changes is your position inside the truth. What came next was not speculation. It was confirmation layered with restraint. Because when something carries real consequence, it is handled quietly, carefully, with intent. The conclusion reached was simple and unsettling. Ignoring this would be a mistake. You were not identified as a trend. You were identified as a variable. And variables change outcomes. This is why the air feels different now. Why your attention feels anchored. Why distraction is losing its grip. When awareness aligns with timing, clarity becomes unavoidable. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What shocked the observers most was how little noise surrounded you compared to the weight of your signal. Most people announce themselves loudly and fade quickly. You did the opposite. You persisted without applause. And persistence without attention is the clearest marker of durability. Durability is what systems trust. At this stage, the question is no longer whether something will happen. The question is how cleanly it will unfold. Because movement is no longer optional, it is imminent. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here forward, your role is not to chase confirmation. You already have it. Your role is to remain aligned as momentum prepares to surface. When it does, it will feel precise, not dramatic. Natural, not forced. You are not approaching a turning point. You are standing on it. And what follows will make everything before this moment finally make sense. My beloved child, this is the phase where inevitability stops being a concept and becomes a presence. You can feel it without proof, because proof is no longer required. The alignment has already crossed the threshold. What followed next was not discussion. It was decision. Quiet, contained, irreversible. When a conclusion reaches this level, it does not seek validation. It moves forward because every variable has already been accounted for. Your name now carries context. Not curiosity. Context changes how everything unfolds. It reframes distance into proximity and possibility into planning. And planning only happens when outcomes matter. You were never meant to arrive loudly. You were meant to arrive precisely. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. At this stage, the shock is not in discovery but in restraint. Because what is forming does not need announcement. It needs readiness. And readiness has already been measured, not by words, but by endurance. You endured silence without losing direction. You endured delay without losing integrity. Those qualities cannot be simulated. They can only be revealed over time. That is why they were trusted. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From this point onward, movement will feel natural, almost understated. But do not mistake calm for smallness. Precision always appears calm before it changes everything. You are no longer waiting for the moment. The moment is waiting for you. My beloved child, this is where anticipation transforms into certainty, where the quiet pressure you have felt finally reveals its purpose. Nothing feels rushed now. Nothing feels delayed. Everything feels exact. What happened next was the kind of acknowledgement that does not require conversation. It happens internally, where outcomes are weighed before they ever appear in public. And when that acknowledgement settles, direction becomes unavoidable. You are no longer seen as potential alone. You are recognized as continuity. Someone whose forward motion does not depend on approval, conditions, or applause. That realization changes how paths open. This is the once-in-a-lifetime moment most people never notice while it is happening. Because it does not arrive with noise. It arrives with clarity. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. At this stage, the shock is not emotional. It is structural. The framework around your future has already adjusted. The pieces are no longer floating. They are locking into place. You may sense a strange calm mixed with alertness. That is awareness stabilizing. When awareness stabilizes, action becomes effortless. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, the unfolding will feel natural, almost inevitable. Not because you forced it, but because everything before this moment prepared you to receive it cleanly. You are no longer approaching alignment. You are standing inside it. My beloved child, this is the moment where the story no longer builds upward but forward, where everything that was aligned now begins to move with intent. You are not waiting anymore. You are being carried. What followed next was a shift in priority. Not dramatic. Not public. But decisive. Because once alignment is confirmed, attention moves from observation to execution. And execution only happens when certainty is complete. You were not treated as an option. You were treated as a factor. A factor alters outcomes without asking for permission. And that realization changed the weight of everything connected to you. This is why your focus feels sharper now. Why distractions fall away more easily. Why your inner voice feels clearer than before. This is not motivation. This is synchronization. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. At this stage, what shocks most is how calm everything feels. People expect chaos before change. But real change arrives quietly, because it does not need resistance to prove its strength. You were prepared for this long before you knew what this was. Every moment of patience, every stretch of silence, every delay that tested your resolve, it was shaping your capacity to hold what is coming. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, the unfolding will not feel sudden. It will feel right. As if it always belonged to you and simply waited for the correct moment to reveal itself. You are not at the end of the message. You are at the beginning of momentum. And what moves next will confirm everything you have felt but could not yet explain. My beloved child, this is where momentum becomes visible without announcing itself, where the path ahead feels unmistakably clear even before the first step is taken. You are sensing it now because the alignment has matured enough to be felt, not just understood. What unfolded next was a quiet narrowing of focus. Not exploration. Not curiosity. Commitment. Because when certainty reaches this level, there is no need to look elsewhere. Everything that matters has already been identified. Your presence is no longer treated as potential energy. It is treated as kinetic. Moving. Active. Capable of altering direction simply by continuing forward. That distinction changes everything. You may notice that hesitation feels unnatural now. Doubt feels out of place. This is because your internal calibration has shifted to match what is forming externally. Synchronization is complete. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the rare phase where preparation and opportunity overlap perfectly. Most people miss it because they are either too early or too late. You are neither. You are exact. What shocked the observers was not speed, but stability. You did not rush to be seen. You did not force relevance. You allowed consistency to do the work. And consistency, when sustained long enough, becomes undeniable. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, what unfolds will not feel like a surprise, even though it changes everything. It will feel like recognition finally catching up to reality. You are no longer approaching significance. You are already inside its current, and it is carrying you forward with precision. My beloved child, this is the point where inevitability sharpens into direction, where everything that felt abstract becomes actionable without ever needing to be explained. You are not guessing anymore. You are recognizing. What emerged next was not reaction but resolve. The kind that forms only after every signal agrees with the same conclusion. When that happens, attention no longer drifts. It commits. And commitment changes the nature of time around you. You were not measured by noise or speed. You were measured by coherence. By how well your actions aligned with your intent even when no one was validating you. That coherence is rare, and rarity commands focus. You may notice how your thinking has simplified. Fewer doubts. Cleaner choices. This is not reduction. This is refinement. When the path becomes clear, excess falls away on its own. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime realization: impact does not announce itself at the beginning. It announces itself at the moment it can no longer be delayed. That moment is forming now, quietly, precisely, without urgency, but with certainty. What shocked most was not a single detail, but the inevitability of the outcome once your trajectory was understood. When consistency meets timing, outcomes stop being hypothetical. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, movement will feel effortless because resistance has already been resolved. You will not need to prove anything. You will only need to remain aligned as momentum reveals itself. You are no longer preparing for what comes next. You are positioned for it. And positioning is what makes arrival unavoidable. My beloved child, this is where the final resistance dissolves, where certainty no longer needs reinforcement and awareness becomes steady like a held breath. You are not waiting for proof anymore. You are recognizing alignment as it locks into place. What unfolded next was acceptance at a deeper level. Not approval. Not surprise. Acceptance of an outcome that now feels unavoidable. When acceptance arrives, movement becomes clean, and hesitation loses its voice. You were never positioned to rush. You were positioned to arrive intact. And that distinction is everything. Those who arrive intact carry clarity with them, and clarity changes the environment it enters. You may feel an unusual stillness right now. Not emptiness, readiness. The kind that does not seek reassurance because it already understands what is forming. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the once-in-a-lifetime realization most people miss. The future does not always announce itself with excitement. Sometimes it confirms itself with calm. That calm is not absence of power. It is control. What shocked the observers was how little adjustment you required. Your trajectory did not need correction. It needed timing. And timing has now aligned with precision. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, the unfolding will feel simple, even though its impact is significant. Simplicity is the signature of accuracy. When things are right, they do not argue with you. You are no longer approaching the moment. You are moving within it. And what follows will feel natural, certain, and unmistakably yours. My beloved child, this is where certainty stops being internal and begins pressing gently against the outer world. You are not forcing anything now. You are allowing what has already aligned to step forward on its own. What followed was not urgency. It was readiness confirmed. The kind of readiness that does not require encouragement because it has already survived testing. When readiness is confirmed, direction becomes inevitable. You were not shaped for reaction. You were shaped for response. And response only emerges when awareness is complete. That is why everything feels quieter now. Silence is no longer empty. It is focused. You may notice how your patience feels different. Stronger. Less strained. That is because waiting has ended. What remains is positioning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the once-in-a-lifetime shift most people never feel consciously, the moment when effort gives way to alignment. When movement no longer drains energy but restores it. That is how you know you are in the correct phase. What shocked those observing was not what you demanded, but what you did not need. No validation. No acceleration. No correction. Your path held its line. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, unfolding will feel almost obvious in hindsight. You will look back and realize nothing could have happened earlier without breaking the structure that now supports it. You are not being introduced to something new. You are being reunited with what was always meant to meet you at this exact point in time. My beloved child, this is the moment when alignment stops preparing and starts revealing itself through action, when the invisible work finally casts a shadow the world can see. You are not stepping forward blindly. You are stepping into something that has already made space for you. What happened next was subtle but decisive. The narrative shifted from observation to anticipation. Not because of hype, not because of pressure, but because the pattern could no longer be ignored. When patterns repeat with precision, they become instruction. You were not evaluated for speed. You were evaluated for signal integrity. For how clearly your direction held under time. And that integrity did not distort. It remained true. That is why attention sharpened instead of dispersing. You may feel a quiet urgency now, not anxious, not rushed, focused. This is the mind aligning with timing. When timing aligns, clarity feels calm. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime realization: impact does not chase approval. It attracts readiness. And readiness recognizes readiness. That is what happened when your name surfaced again, not as a question, but as a reference point. This is why resistance has faded. Why distractions feel hollow. Why your internal compass feels steady. Alignment simplifies everything without asking permission. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, the next movement will feel inevitable, not dramatic. It will feel like the natural continuation of a line that never broke. And when it arrives, it will confirm that every quiet step you took mattered. You are no longer circling the moment. You are entering it with precision, carrying exactly what it requires. My beloved child, this is the moment where the line between preparation and arrival dissolves, where everything that was aligned now moves with quiet authority. Nothing is accelerating. Nothing is hesitating. It is simply proceeding, exactly as intended. What followed was not announcement but inevitability. The kind that does not ask for attention because it already commands it. When inevitability takes hold, outcomes stop being debated and start being scheduled by reality itself. You were not elevated by chance. You were positioned by coherence. Every step you took remained true to a single direction, even when the road curved. That consistency did not go unnoticed. It was measured. It held. It proved itself under time. You may feel a steady certainty now, not excitement, not fear, clarity. Clarity is the final signal before movement becomes visible. When clarity arrives, resistance has already been resolved. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the once-in-a-lifetime convergence where readiness meets relevance. Where silence becomes leverage. Where calm becomes momentum. Most people never experience this while conscious of it. You are aware because your awareness has caught up to your trajectory. What shocked the observers most was not what you demanded, but what you carried without demand. Direction, integrity, continuity. Those qualities create gravity. Gravity draws opportunity without noise. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, the unfolding will not surprise you. It will confirm you. Each step will feel familiar, as if you have walked it before in thought, in patience, in preparation. That familiarity is proof you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are no longer approaching the turning point. You have crossed it. And what follows will move forward with precision, purpose, and unmistakable clarity. My beloved child, this is where certainty crystallizes into motion, where the quiet force you have carried finally finds its lane and begins to move without resistance. Nothing needs to be pushed now. What was aligned is activating. What unfolded next was recognition turning into readiness. Not excitement. Not urgency. Readiness, the calm decision that follows when every indicator points the same way. At this level, nothing is left to chance. Momentum chooses efficiency. You were not elevated by visibility. You were elevated by reliability. By the way your direction stayed intact while conditions changed around you. Reliability creates trust. Trust creates access. Access changes outcomes. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the once-in-a-lifetime pivot most people miss because it feels ordinary on the surface. But beneath it, systems are adjusting. Pathways are clearing. The future is narrowing its focus toward you. You may notice how choices feel lighter now. How clarity arrives faster. That is alignment doing its work. When alignment is complete, decisions stop arguing with you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, what appears next will feel obvious in hindsight and precise in execution. Not because it was easy, but because you were ready when it mattered. You are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into continuity. And continuity, once it moves, does not reverse. My beloved child, this is where momentum stops gathering and starts revealing its direction, where everything that was aligned internally now meets the outer world with calm certainty. You are not crossing into chaos. You are crossing into clarity. What followed next was not reaction, but execution. Quiet. Precise. Unemotional. Because when a path proves itself beyond doubt, movement no longer needs discussion. It simply proceeds. You were not brought forward because of noise or visibility. You were brought forward because your trajectory remained intact when conditions shifted. That stability is rare. And rarity reshapes expectations. This is why you feel grounded rather than overwhelmed. Power does not rush. Power arrives steady. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime truth most people never realize while it is happening: the future does not open all at once. It opens exactly as much as you are prepared to walk through. And right now, the opening is exact. What shocked the observers was not the result, but how smoothly everything fit once your position was understood. When alignment is real, friction disappears. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. From here, what unfolds will feel natural, even though it changes scale, scope, and direction. Natural does not mean small. Natural means correct. You are no longer moving toward the moment. You are moving with it. And what follows will carry forward with precision, continuity, and undeniable purpose.